What's good, Bucknutters? Welcome into the Morning Five. I am Dave Biddle, joined by Duane Long. We're going to talk a lot about Chris Ash on today's show, Duane. A lot of fans are concerned that Chris Ash won't be calling the defense because Ohio State finally made it official that Chris Ash was hired. He has the same title that Everett Withers did, co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach. And his salary is going to be $520,000. And for you and me, that'd be great. We could just retire now. For Chris Ash, I thought he'd be making more than that. Because from what we've heard, Luke Fickell will be making $525,000. And if Chris Ash is coming to Ohio State, you would think he'd be making more than Luke. But the bottom line is, Duane, I don't think Chris Ash would leave Arkansas as defensive coordinator, calling the shots to come to Ohio State and work under Luke Fickell. I definitely think Chris Ash is going to be calling the shots and probably has a lot of incentives in his contract.
Well, I think it's ridiculous to think otherwise. That's just worrying about nothing. Why would this guy take a pay cut and come to basically be a position coach? That makes no sense. He put himself in a more high-profile position so he could launch himself into head coaching opportunities. I think that's something that Buckeye fans should be more worried about, is that this guy is he comes in here, he's going to be a great coach, and he's just looking to move on into a head coaching job. It just doesn't make any sense. And it also, when you add the Withers thing, we know that Withers was told, you don't have a job here next year. Where you have a job at, that's up to you. Find another job. It was just, it's worrying about nothing. This guy is coming in here to coach the defense. And we've already talked about the fact that Luke Fickell is basically accepted a demotion, and the fact that his salary is going down says he's done that. That's what's happened. This is worrying about nothing. Find something else to worry about.
Exactly, Duane. And we still don't know officially what Luke Fickell's salary is. We had a source tell us he's taking a pay cut from $600,000 to $525,000, but that's not official. Ohio State hasn't released that. They don't release what the incentives are. So maybe Luke Fickell's base salary is going to be higher, but he doesn't have the incentives that Chris Ash does. We simply don't know these things. But you don't have to be a genius to figure out that Chris Ash will be in charge of the defense. He's not going to leave Arkansas. We can make all the Brett Bielema jokes in the world, and believe me, I've done that. But he's still not going to leave an SEC school while he's calling the defense to come to Ohio State and not call the defense. It just makes absolutely no sense. And I think one more thing I want to say about Chris Ash, the more I read about him, the more I like him, Duane. He's a guy that is a master of in-game adjustments, and that's something that was completely foreign to this staff. And I think of in-game adjustments, I think of Mark D'Antonio. So I like Chris Ash. Is he going to be a blitz-happy guy? No, but I don't need a blitz-happy guy. I just want a guy that's going to teach sound defense, gap sound, sure tackling, and make good in-game adjustments. That's what sounds like the type of guy he is, Duane.
Well, when you look at what was wrong, I want a more aggressive defense, but I also, if you ask me where do I want to start, I want to start being fundamentally sound. And this team was just all over the place. I mean, how many times did you see these guys standing around talking, trying to get on the same page? It was not a sound defense, and it's been 3 years, Dave, since we've seen a good tackling team at Ohio State. We used to take that; it was just a given. You could add up the number of missed tackles in a year. Now they do that in a game. It's not a sound defense. Let's get sound first, then we can start worrying about adding other elements. Right now, we're not sound. We needed to get a guy in here who would get us, buckle us down, and say, okay, let's take care of the little things first. Then we can worry about adding, all these packages. Right now, let's just get sound.
Okay, switching gears. Ohio State basketball finally ends their 4-game losing streak with a 62-55 win over Illinois last night in Columbus. They didn't really look good doing it, though, Duane. That game was tough on the eyes. Your thoughts on the basketball Buckeyes?
Oh, it was really. I tell you what, Dave. I actually did not watch it a lot. I ended up watching the Blue Jackets, a much more interesting team to watch. I remember watching at one time we're halfway through the first half, and it's 19-18. How long did it stay 7-3? It was just an absolutely ridiculously bad game. I really think that we got ourselves. This team was playing so well for a while. Quentin Ross was being a guy who was going to step in and be the number one scorer. Now he's disappeared. His shot is off, and that's forced him to not take as many shots. It's just not fun to watch this basketball team anymore. It's not a good basketball team. It's actually the team I thought it was going to be going into the season. They did not have a number one scorer, let alone a number two scorer, and that's proven to be true right now. They're just not fun to watch, and I just hope Thad can make it to 20 wins.
Well, I definitely think that'll make it to 20 wins, and I definitely think our subscribers are going to love the boarding house today. We're going to have a note on Marcus Baugh that you will not want to miss. So check out the boarding house today if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, try our 7-day free trial. Upper right-hand portion of your screen on Bucknuts, green box, 7-day free trial. Click that. Now's a great time to try our 7-day free trial.